Hi, everyone. Can you see me and hear me okay? Can you see me and hear me okay? All right, so we're going to be doing a nice, easy, fun workout. So let's just start moving our ankles, our feet, swinging those arms out in front. So if you can see my feet, just bringing those feet forward. Good, and then maybe out to the side, nice and easy. If this is too fast of a pace for you, then just slow it down a little bit. Go at your own pace. You can do this sitting or standing, wherever is comfortable for you. Now we're going to touch the opposite hand to the opposite knee. This is actually a really great way to kind of break up the energy. Breathing in and breathing out. So if you have weights today, great. If you don't have any, that's okay too. We're just going to get a total body workout here. Have some fun, move around a little bit. Good. Maybe swinging those arms. Keep tapping the opposite knee. Building up some heat in the body. Having fun. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's go for 8 more. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really feeling it in those legs. We're just going to go wide and then narrow and wide and narrow and wide and narrow. Try not to bend our knees. So we're just going to stay about hip width apart and just going side to side. Good. And then maybe bringing the heels up towards the rear. So you're just keeping your knees down, lifting your heel towards your buttocks. Nice and easy. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to step it forward and back. So just step forward and step it back. Forward and step it back. Add those bicep curls. Here's 8, 7, 6. Make sure you're stepping forward, that your foot is straight. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Right leg comes forward and back. Step it forward and back. Working on your balance here. If this is too easy for you, what you can do is lunge down and come up. Lunge down and come up. Just make sure that that front knee isn't going past your ankle. Down and back up. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take a little break. We're going to go against a wall. So find a wall. You're going to bring your feet out about hip width, arms out to the side. And we're just going to side bend 10 times. Breathing. 3, 4. So I'm just working out with a little small space here. So you don't need a lot of space to move your body. Again, always listen to your body, respect your body. Make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to hurt yourself. So you can tell if it feels, ouch, painful. That's not okay. So take a step back off of it. You just want your movement to be really enjoyable. From here, we're just going to roll the shoulders up, forward, and down. So you're trying to find a nice tall posture. Your head is resting against the wall, perhaps. The chin is going to be level to the floor, and we're just rolling those shoulders up, forward, and down. And then we're going to go up, back, and down. Good. And then we're going to walk our feet forward, and we're just going to do a little wall sit. So I'm tucking my tailbone under. I'm pressing my low back against the wall. If your back is pretty strong, you can untuck your tailbone and have that slight curve in your low back. Drop your ribs. Again, pull your chin back, rest your hands in your palms. We're going to try to hold this for 1 to 2 minutes. We're building strength in our quads, breathing deeply. The lower you go down, the harder it's going to be. So you want to make sure your hips are above your knees, okay? So don't go too low where your hips are lower than your knees. You want to be either at your knee level or slightly above it. Good, breathing. If you would like, you can practice squeezing those shoulder blades together and then relaxing. Make sure your toes are spread nice and wide, putting the weight through the heels versus the toes. So we're keeping our shoulder blades down and we're just squeezing those shoulder blades together. Breathing in and breathing out. Now we're going to keep the shoulder blades squeezed together and we're going to lift the shoulders and lower. I know those legs are burning. If it's too much, then you just come up a little bit, or you can come out of it if you need to. Respect your body. We're all at different levels. We all slept differently. We all have different things going on in our lives that can affect our energy levels. So don't judge yourself. Just acknowledge, accept, and honor yourself, right? All right. Come on back up. Nice job. Maybe shake out those legs a little bit. We're going to circle the knees, nice and gentle, keeping the whole foot on the ground. Good. Now we're going to step out to the side and back in. Side. I think I'm going to move this plant and back in. Keep going. Side and back in. Side and back in. Side and back in. Stepping side and back in. Side and back in. Side and back in. Here's 8 and 7. Make sure that front knee doesn't go past the ankle. 4, 3. If you can, breathe in and out through your nose. That's going to produce nitric oxide, which is very therapeutic for your body. It helps to elasticize and relax your arterioles so that your blood pressure can be nice and low and normal. Okay, let's finish up on this side. Nice job. We're going to grab our weights now. If you don't have weights, that's okay. I'm just going to be using these 5 pounds. We're just going to press up and back down. Up and back down. So you can just start with bringing the arms up overhead. If you want, you can add a squat. So we're squatting down, bringing the arms up. For 8, 7, 6. If this hurts your shoulder, then either take the weights off or don't bring the arms up high. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. I want you to find a balance pose. So you can balance on one leg would be the hardest. You can do 1 foot and 1 toe. You could do 1 foot in front of the other in a split stance. Or you could do like 1 foot in front of the other in sort of a diagonal. So like you're on a tightrope. So it would look like this, okay? So find something that you feel a little bit wobbly, but still able to maintain. Maybe it's just the feet close together. The smaller your base of support, the harder it is to balance. We're going to bring the shoulders up, back, and down. And we're just going to raise the arms up and then come back in. Arms up and then come back in. For 8, 7, 6, 5. See if you can breathe in out, in through the nose. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up there. Hold. Feel that burn. And slowly bring it down. Roll the shoulders up, forward, and down using the weights for traction. Keep the elbows straight and just bring the shoulders up, forward, and down, up, forward, and down. And then we're going to go up, back, and down, up, back, and down. We're going to go into bicep curls and side leg raises. So this isn't super functional, but it does get the hip abductors working. It's kind of fun to do. So keep those elbows by your side As your leg comes up, you're going to curl the arm for 8, 7, 6. Of course, weights are optional. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you can set your weights down or you can keep them holding on to them if you like. I'm going to set my weights down for a second. And what we're going to do is we're just going to step back and come forward. Step back and come forward. If you want, you can bring the arms up for 8. Big balance move. 7, just do your best. 6, 5, good job. 4, 3, you can take a smaller step back or you can take a lower step back. So you can go here and here, or you can make it deep. Last one. Nice job. Okay, if you have a Bosu at home, you can step on it. Otherwise, I want you to balance on one foot. Okay, so you're balancing on one leg. If you have the Bosu, you're going to try to balance evenly in the center. There's going to be a lot of wiggling around. So you can hold on to something for balance. That leg's going to weeble wobble. It's okay. We're just going to hold this for a minute. So if you're on the floor, you can just balance with one leg. Be close to a wall or a chair. Keep practicing breathing in and out through your nose. We're halfway there. Back your hips up. You want your hip joint to be over your ankle joint, okay? You don't want to be forward. So back your hips up. Twenty more seconds. Breathing. Keep going. Balancing on that same leg. And then if you want to, you can try to go into a one-legged squat. So you're not going to go very far. You're going to push your hips back and then come back up. Push your hips back and come back up. So you might need to hold on to something. That's fine. We're really sticking our rears back and coming up. So I'm not letting my knee come forward. I'm pushing my hip back and coming up to protect the knee. Okay, and you're going to really feel that in your bottom. Let's switch sides. So we're going to balance on the other leg. Again, if you don't have a Bosu, you can step on a pillow, a half dome, just maybe carpet, cushy carpet. That's going to make things a little bit harder than just the solid bare ground. But if you're just starting off where your balance isn't so good, then you want to be on a nice flat surface. Have a chair or a wall nearby to hold on to as needed. And then just test yourself and try to work up to a minute. Can you balance on one leg for 1 minute? And once you're able to do that, can you close your eyes and balance on one leg for 1 minute? And that's actually a lot harder when your eyes are closed because you're taking away your vision and you have to rely on the sensing of your joints, which is called proprioception. It's the awareness of yourself in space without using your vision. So it's feedback from your joint receptors. Okay, about 20 more seconds. We're working up to that minute on the other leg now. Make sure your hip is back over your ankle, your thigh is relaxed, your knee is straight, your ribs are down, you're pulling your chin back so you have a nice long spine. And then we're just going to try a few squats. So sitting back with your bottom and then straightening the leg. And it's okay if you're super wobbly. That's good. That means this is a nice challenging exercise for you. We'll try 4 more. Of course, stop when you're feeling fatigued. Sit back with your hip and then come back up. 2, last one. All right, and then we're just going to do just a few squats coming down and up. So if you have a Bosu, you can go on the Bosu. If not, then you're just going to go on the ground. You can go as low as you want to. Be mindful of your knees. So coming down and up. If you just want to go halfway, sit to stand, that's fine too. We got 4 more. Breathing in and out through your nose. Last one. Good. We're going to go into heel raises. So again, you can be on the floor or you can be on some pillows or the carpet. We're just going to raise the heels up and come back down. It's a little bit harder to do on the Bosu ball, but that's okay. So make sure you're not rolling onto the outsides of your feet to do this. You want to push into your whole foot and lift the heels evenly. So make sure that the big toe part of your side, big toe part of your foot is pushing in, that medial side. Don't roll onto the pinky toes or the outsides of the feet. You want everything to be even. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 1. Go ahead and step off of your Bosu if you were on it. We're going to do some push-ups. So you can do these on the floor, or on your knees, or a really great place to start is the wall. Or if you have some kind of counter, like I do here, I have a desk, you can practice doing it at a desk. So if you're doing them against the wall, you're going to back up. You really want to keep your hands at your chest level, elbows in towards your side. Your body is one long plank. So your abdominals are pulled in, your shoulders are down. We're keeping our heels down, we're stretching. And really work to keep the shoulders down and back. Now, if you just go a little bit and come back, that's fine. You want to maintain control. You don't want to hurt your shoulders. So if it puts too much pressure to come all the way forward with your chest and all the way back, then just do a smaller range of motion. Again, if you wanted to do them on the floor, you can get down on the floor. You can go on an elevated surface like this Bosu or a counter or a chair against the wall. And just go until you're tired. So maybe that's 4, 6, 8, 10, 15, whatever it is for you. Really push yourself. And then you're going to take a little break. And we're going to do some crunches. So you can, if you don't want to get down on the floor, then what you're going to do is bring your elbows up and crunch. You can do this standing or sitting in a chair. So you're bringing your opposite elbow to your opposite knee, okay? If you don't mind getting down on the floor, we're just going to do like a regular crunch. So you can do it on a Bosu ball, or you can do it on a therapy ball, or you can just get down on the floor. So you're just going to be here. We're going to press up. Really make sure that your navel is pulled in towards your spine. Your elbows are open. And you're just going to do maybe 10 or 15, working your way up. Okay, slowly over time. If that's easy for you, then do more. Keep those elbows open, navel to spine. Exhale as you come up. Inhale and exhale. We'll do 2 more. Last one. Good. And coming up, grab some water if you need it. Take a little break. Just kind of check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling. Okay, so we're going to grab our weights. We're just going to grab one weight. So if you want to double up your weights to make it harder, these are back exercises. So you can use a chair or some kind of support to support the other arm if your back isn't strong enough to support you. But what you're working towards is pushing your hips back and holding this position and then bringing the elbow back. But if that's painful, then just start small. Maybe do both arms and both at the same time so that you make sure you're symmetrical. And And if you need that chair, you can use that chair. So you're trying to keep your hips really stable, push your hips back, and then we're gonna pull that elbow back. Draw your navel in. We're just hugging those elbows in towards our side. We're kind of making our own bench here. And again, go to fatigue. So there's no magic number. It's kind of just like, okay, can I do a few more? Maybe next time I should grab a heavier weight. You always want to kind of be continuing to challenge yourselves, challenge your body. We're going to go ahead and go over to the other side. So putting your weights in your other hands. You can push your hips back. Again, you can hold on to a chair for support. And we're just going to bring the elbow up and back. Keep your abdominals pulled in, rib cage down, shoulder down away from your ear. Hips are nice and level. Your knees can be bent or you can straighten them. Breathing in and out through your nose, and make sure you're putting your brain in your shoulder blade. So think about pulling those mid-back muscles back, putting your brain in your shoulder. Good. And then coming on up, and we're just gonna bring the dumbbells overhead. And then I'd like you to bring the same knee and the same arm up overhead. Breathing in and out through your nose. And then you're going to do the opposite knee, opposite hand. So, and then go back to same. So working the brain a little bit. And then opposite. Good, and relax and come back down. How's everybody doing? Doing okay? Okay, so we're gonna work on the rear delt. We're gonna bring the palms forward and we're gonna bring our arms straight back without bending the elbows. Again, you're gonna hip hinge forward and we're just gonna come straight back. So keep the elbows straight, abdominals pull in. You don't wanna round your back, okay? You wanna have a nice, strong core and a straight back. Keep the shoulders down away from your ears. Let's do 10 more if you can. Elbows are straight. We're working the tricep as well as the rear shoulder, the rear deltoid. Notice how I'm controlling the movement. I'm not just swinging my arms, okay? So I'm stopping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping, starting. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Just alternate your bicep curls now. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to triceps. So I wanna show you a couple different things. First, you can bring your arm up overhead and bend at the elbow and then straighten. Okay, that's one way. The other way is a tricep kickback. So you extend and bend. Good, and then you can also do it supported on the floor. So you can get down on the floor and you bring those arms up overhead and you extend and you bend. Okay, you're keeping your upper arm really steady. Or if you have a ball at home, you can sit on the ball, walk yourself forward, lift your hips up, keep those elbows straight, and come up and down. Keeping the upper arms really still. Breathing in and out through your nose. And this is just working the core a little bit. You can come up on your toes or lift your toes and on your heels. But the main thing is that you keep those elbows pointed up towards the ceiling. Good, you can also bring the arms straight back and come up. Kind of a little bit of stretch here. And then we're gonna go into a chest fly. So arms come out to the side, straight up and back down. So you can do this on the floor or on your ball. Or you can do it sitting in a chair and leaning back a little bit. So if you're in the chair, you have your weights, you come forward and you chest fly. So a little bit different angle, gets more of your anterior deltoid, that's okay. Good. And then the last thing we're going to do before we stretch out is we're just going to work our rear leg muscles. So you're going to keep your feet hip width apart. You're going to bring your right leg back. You're going to lift and lower. Okay. So I guess this is my left leg. So whichever leg you want to do, but just make sure that your knee is straight. You can use it for a balance exercise as well. Keep your abdominals pulled in. So whichever direction you want to face, just make sure that your leg is straight. It's going to want to turn out a little bit. So it's helpful to do this in front of a mirror. You can also hold on to a chair for support. And then switch legs, bringing the other leg straight back and up. Let's do 5 more. Keep your abdominals pulled in. Nice job. Okay, so you're going to take your left arm, bring it out to the side, keep that shoulder back, bring it across your body, but keep your shoulder back. Okay, so you can feel the stretch in your shoulder. Maybe open and close the wrist, circle the wrist, bring each finger to thumb. Go ahead and switch sides. Keep your shoulder back and feel that stretch in your back as well as your shoulder. Bring your left arm up overhead, bend at the elbow. You're going to pat yourself on the back. You're going to take your right arm and push that elbow up, pulling it back. Keep the ribs down, pull your head back. And go ahead and switch sides. Right arm up, bend at the elbow. Take the left arm and pull that elbow back. So just stretching now, stretching the triceps. Maybe moving your hips a little bit, stretching it out. Maybe circling your hips, going the other direction. Release your arms, bring them behind your back, interlace your fingers, press your knuckles down, drop your ribs, open up, maybe bring your chin towards your chest. If you want to, you can hip hinge forward, but keep those elbows straight, okay? Keep the wrists and the palms together. Maybe hang all the way down, stretching the hamstrings, shaking your head out, just letting yourself relax. And then bending those knees, slowly coming up. We're going to open the arms wide, wrap the arms around. Notice which arm is on top. Is it your right or your left? Give yourself a big hug and drop those shoulders down. See how far you can reach your fingers behind you. And then open up. You're going to cross the other arm over on top. Give yourself a big hug. Good. And then you can find a wall and just bring your elbow in line with your shoulder, and you're going to press forward and away from that shoulder. So you're opening up your chest muscles here. And we'll do the other side. So elbow is shoulder height. You're going to push into the wall and then turn your body away from the wall. Maybe lean forward a little bit until you feel that stretch in your chest, pectoralis muscles. Drop your ribs. Good. And then we're just going to roll those shoulders. Drop them up, back, and down, and drop the left ear towards your left shoulder. Bring your right hand behind your back. So you're trying to angle that palm up towards your head. If you want to flip the palm, you can. Keep dropping your ear to your shoulder. If you really want to do 3 things at once, you can try and grab your ankle and stretch the front of your thigh. And then we'll go ahead and release. Bring your left hand behind your back. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And if you want to, or your left, you can grab your right ankle. Keep those knees close together. Nice job. We'll just take a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale one more time. Inhale, come up on those toes, and exhale down. Thanks so much for joining me today. Great job. Keep it up. We'll see you next time. Take care. Keep moving.